Hey, a new cat parent? I bet you are grappling with questions. Watch this series of videos about nutrition, grooming, health, behavior, safety, vaccination, covering the first 45 days of being a cat parent. Happy parenting!
How do you help an outdoor cat adjust to being an indoor cat?
So this question quite heavily relies on the cat wanting to move in with you. Because a lot of times what happens is, you have cats that are living on the street that are actually really content there. And then you have people saying that, okay, I'm going to rescue you. But the cat actually didn't want rescued. They were just living their best life out there. So provided you have a cat that is now trying to kind of come indoors, I think one of the biggest issues that I've experienced with cases that I've done is the litter, transitioning over to litter. So initially, having some mud in the house in a tray, not for very long though, because it like basically gets very moist and it can be a breeding ground for bacteria. But eventually switching over to a litter that is very similar to sand. So you've got like your fine grain litter. And just overall, having like a schedule where, you've got a certain number of hours that the cat spends outside. And, generally with behavior, you'll get cats that are most active around dusk and dawn. Because that's when prey is, comes alive and like runs around and makes all kinds of noises. So mostly the cat will want to be outside where the action is at that time. So that's when you let them out and you call them back in, and you transition like that. It also helps to have a recall, like a whistle sound that you train your cat to come back to. And that will basically be a sound made before meal times. So then you make the sound, you feed the cat, you make the sound, you feed the cat. And then as time goes on, your cat starts to kind of come back to that whistle sound. And these are just some things that you can do to make the process a little smoother.
Okay, this is a whole process. You have to lure the cat into your house.
Yes. Trickery.
So while I have you here, I think one of the most common questions everyone has repeatedly asked is, why is my cat pooping or peeing outside the litter box? And even if it is doing one of these two businesses inside the litter box, the other one is done outside. So what is this whole issue?
Yes. Okay. It's definitely a more leveled, layered answer, but I'll try to just be brief. First things first, if this is happening, you need to go to your vet. The number of people that I've sent to Dr. Michelle, I'm just like, go! Because it's very, very commonly either, something medical that the cat is not expressing or showing in any other way. So you need to rule that out first. Secondly, if you notice, so you need to look at the pattern of the urination. Sometimes it helps to keep a diary where you know okay, my cat is going in this specific room, on this specific texture, and at this specific time. So these three things you need to have a good record of. If your cat is going on one particular texture only, for example, they're just pooping and peeing only on the couch, only on your bed, only on a pile of clean laundered clothes, things like that, you will find that this texture preference will generally tell you that the cat is not necessarily happy with the texture of their litter. And a good litter, a good way to test whether the litter is soft or not, is to use this part of your hand and just basically press it down on the litter. And if you feel something pokey, then you need to basically switch over to a litter that is softer on their paws. It's basically your cat's way of communicating that they want a different substance to go on. If you're noticing, it doesn't matter whether it's the floor, whether it's wood, whether it's marble, toilet, your bed, most probably this is related to communication. So cats will also urinate and defecate in order to communicate things to other cats. They have pheromone glands around their anal gland, and basically what happens is they will be leaving messages. Now this happens most commonly when you have an outdoor cat or a feral cat who's looking into your house, if you're living on the ground floor. This could also happen if there is social stress in your multi-cat household itself. So once you kind of narrow down on your cause, that's when you can start addressing this. Instead of just trying to throw solutions at it and just hope that the cat stops, going. And the final point is that punishment will never ever work. Your cat does not know that they did something wrong. This whole aspect of right and wrong is a very human thing. Your cat has no clue. So I think that's like a summary that I can give.
Sounds good. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. So narrow it down, and the first approach is to always go to a vet to rule it out, and then the other options. Got it.